15 tuổi học sinh các bạn ơi.
15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, who went by the name Samantha.
The identity of the shooter who opened fire at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin has been revealed, and it's shocking. 15-year-old Natalie Samantha Rupnow, a female student at Abundant Life, has been identified as the shooter. 3 people, including a teacher and a student, have died in the incident. Rupnow was found on the school premises with a self-inflicted gunshot wound and died on the way to the hospital. The K-12 school, which is in the state capital, has around 400 students. Rupnow opened fire inside a classroom during a study hall filled with students from different grades. As gunfire erupted, a second grader called 911 at 10:57 a.m. Police arrived only minutes later at 11 a.m. and quickly entered the building. By 11:05, they'd found Rupnow and recovered the weapon. 6 other students and a teacher were also injured in the shooting. 2 students remain in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. Her parents are not being charged in relation to the crime.
The shooter has now been
Theo như sự điều tra đó là có một người học sinh nữ 15 tuổi học tại trường nó gọi là private, có nghĩa là trường tư đó các bạn, trường mà gọi là trường mắc tiền đó nha, private school là mắc tiền á. Nó đi vô trường học, nó đem theo cái súng các bạn, nó bắn. Thì lúc đầu á, cảnh sát nói á, là có tới 6 người bị chết, nhưng mà sau đó cảnh sát nó update lên là chỉ có 2 người bị chết, 3 người bị thương, 3 người thôi. Thì cảnh sát nó đang giống như là điều tra thêm các bạn. Cái là mới sơ lược ban đầu thôi nha.
Shortly after 11 a.m., school officials posting on social media an active shooter appeared on the school's campus. The county's emergency management saying the suspect had a rifle, but that suspect never made it into the building. The district later posting the alleged assailant had been, quote, neutralized. That post has since been deleted. The suspect has yet to be identified. No students or staffers were physically harmed. It was also frightening for parents left with little information and the entire campus on lockdown.
My biggest fear kind of felt like it was unfolding.
Kristen Malone waited frantically as law enforcement searched for possible additional suspects. Malone's 11-year-old daughter called her on the phone to tell her she loved her.
I was able to talk to my daughter just a couple minutes ago, but you still want to be able to touch them and hug them. And I know they're pretty scared. When my daughter first called me before they were even released from the school, and it was just screaming and chaos in the background.
Thì các bạn thấy là những cái người phụ huynh á, tự nhiên sáng sớm mới chở con mình đi học, sáng sớm mới chở con đi học, con nó gọi điện thoại vô: má My ơi, con yêu má My nha, con sắp bị bắn chết rồi. Các bạn biết không, thì những cái bà phụ huynh cũng hoảng loạn. Bạn ở bên Mỹ á, mà các bạn đi học mà các bạn gọi nói là mẹ ơi có xả súng trong trường, là mấy cái bà mẹ này á, bà xỉu lên chịu xuống bạn, bà chạy tới trường. Nhưng mà khi mà bà chạy tới trường á, cảnh sát nó không cho vô bạn, tại vì ở trong trường đang có kẻ xả súng.
We begin first at 4 with a school shooting in Madison, Wisconsin that has left 3 people dead and 6 more injured. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom right now with what we know so far. Kim?
Karen, yes. Hi, good afternoon to you. Police at one point said 5 people were killed. Then they revised that number to 3. The 3 dead are 1 teacher, 1 teenage student, and the shooter, who police say was a teenager who attended the school. So this happened at Abundant Life, which is a Christian school teaching grades K through 12, serving about 400 students. The active shooter call came just before 11 a.m. Police officers did not fire weapons. We're told they found the suspected shooter dead at the scene. 7 people were rushed to the hospitals, but there's no word yet on whether the victims are teachers, students, or both. Madison's police chief spoke just a short time ago. Listen.
To be honest with you, I'm feeling a little dismayed now. So close to Christmas. Every child, every person in that building is a victim and will be a victim forever. And these types of trauma don't just go away. And we need to figure out and try to piece together what exactly happened. And right now, my heart is heavy for my community. My heart is heavy for Madison, and we have to come together as a community.
Madison, Wisconsin at the top of this hour, an apparent school shooting. We are just now getting more details. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith in New York.
And I'm Trace Gallagher in for John Roberts. This is America Reports. Sandra, as you noted there, Madison, Wisconsin, this is the Abundant Life Christian School. We are getting word that there was a school shooter. We do not know anything about who this person might be. Is it a student? Is it somebody else? All that information is still just coming into us now. But as Harris was saying there, this school is K through 12. It is a Christian school. It serves about 50 different churches in the Madison area, and the student count there at the school, again, about 390, maybe 400 students.
Shooting today. Samantha Rupnow, this person right here, a 17-year-old girl who went to Abundant Life Christian School, is the one that ended the student and the teacher's life. She posted on X leading up to this and even posted a Google file with her manifesto citing every reason why she did what she did. However, Samantha was too stupid to realize that when you post a Google Doc, you have to give people access to it and permission to see it, or else it is private, and that's what this link is. So as they posted this picture of them sitting on the toilet in the bathroom stall before they decided to go and shoot up their school, they posted this link thinking everybody would be able to read it and they would become even more famous after they were ended, and now nobody can actually read this thing. Her header on X is also a picture of a church on fire, leading more people to think that this is why she decided to shoot up a Christian school. And we will probably not be able to see what was on that manifesto until the police and the FBI search through that, and that would probably take months. We now know who the school shooter was in the Madison, Wisconsin school shooting today.
Thì theo như sự điều tra và theo như những cái bài post của cô gái này ở trên mạng đó, là cô ta ở trường hay bị bắt nạt. Cô ta ở trường á, bị người ta chiêu chọc và giống như là những cái người mà đối xử với cô ta giống như là một kẻ vô hình các bạn. Cô ta bị lạnh nhạt. Thì giống như là cô ta đã giống như là chán nản cuộc sống rồi, thì ba mẹ cô ta ở nhà nó cũng chẳng thèm đếm xỉa tới cô ta nữa, chỉ lo đi làm xong đi về. Cô ta bị giống như là bỏ mặc các bạn. Cô ta bị trầm cảm.
Situation wasn't much better. Her parents, busy with their own lives, rarely took the time to listen to Samantha's struggles. Their lack of attention to her emotions only deepened her sense of loneliness. She felt unheard, as though her pain didn't matter. On that fateful day, Samantha went into the school with a handgun. She shot and killed the people a teacher and a fellow student and injured 6 others before taking her own life. Her decision, rooted in years of emotional pain, caused immeasurable suffering. The tragedy served as a harsh reminder of how unchecked emotional distress, when ignored by those closest to someone, can spiral into devastating consequences. Samantha Rupnow, a 15-year-old girl, had always struggled with feeling invisible. At school, she was often the target of cruel teasing and bullying. Her classmates, oblivious to the pain they caused, mocked her for being different. The taunts echoed in her mind every day, leaving her feeling isolated and rejected.
At a Christian school in Madison, Wisconsin. Let's get right to it. This morning, police identified the killer as 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow, who went by the name Samantha. Investigators say she shot and killed another student along with a teacher before eventually killing herself. Now, 6 other people were also injured, including 2 victims who suffered potentially life-threatening injuries. This morning, flags will fly at half-staff at federal buildings throughout the country, including here in Connecticut, and police will then release the names of the victims at a press conference this afternoon before a big candlelight vigil in honor of those victims tonight in Madison. Tracy, I'll send it over to you.
All right, thank you, Roger.
Okay, really have to jump in.
That's a private K through 12 school in Madison, Wisconsin. A law enforcement source tells CBS News that a 17-year-old female student opened fire today, killing a teacher and another teenage student. The shooter was later found dead in the school. Right now, 2 critically wounded students are fighting for their lives in the hospital, while 4 others are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. President Biden called the shooting shocking and unconscionable, but it is part of a uniquely American epidemic. Guns are the leading cause of death of children, teens, and young adults in this country. CBS's Charlie DeMar leads us off tonight from a family reunification center in Madison. And Charlie, what's happening there now?
Nora, an incredibly emotional day for so many here in Madison, Wisconsin. Right now, police say the focus remains on reunifying students with their families, and that's what's been going on at this medical center for much of the day as investigators search for a motive.
Got a call coming in at Abundant Life Christian Church that's advising someone was shot.
9 days before Christmas.
I've got 2 medics and Engine 5 assigned.
Copy. Let's make this an active shooter incident.
Police say a teenager opened fire at Wisconsin's Abundant Life Christian School, killing at least 1 teen student and a teacher.
Initially, 3 people were reported dead, including the shooter. That number then went to 5, but that number was not correct, and the Madison PD walked it back to 3. Of the 3 people who are dead, you have the shooter, and I'm going to come back to that person in a moment. You have a teacher, and you have a teenage boy. In addition to the 3 people total that are dead, you had 6 people taken to the hospital. 2 of those people are in critical condition with life-threatening injuries. We don't have any information on those people at this point in time. 4 others were taken and have injuries, but they are not considered to be life-threatening. Now, going back to the shooter, they have not released the name, gender, or information about that person. Here's what I can tell you. There's been a rumor going around saying that it is a 17-year-old female. I don't know whether that's true or not true. All I can tell you is that that has not been confirmed at this point in time. So if you hear that, know that it is not confirmed information. Currently, the motive is unknown, but police are working on obtaining search warrants so they can learn more about this event, more about the person, and hopefully we'll have another update here shortly.
6 other people were injured. 2 other people have died. That died were a teacher and a teenage student. 6 other people were injured. 2 students are now in critical condition in the hospital, and these injuries are considered life-threatening injuries. 4 students are also at other area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. But these are just the physical injuries that we know about. We know that this was the middle of the day, of a school day, and so there will be other injuries that we'll have to face for a very, very long time. And we're going to do everything we can as a community to heal those injuries as well. Many of you have asked me about the why of this. Why did this happen? What do we know? What was the motivation? I do not know. But I will tell you this, our detectives are working hard in the investigative process to find...
Sở dĩ mà mình muốn để cái video này tiếng Anh nguyên gốc á, là để cho các bạn hiểu được cái video gốc là gì. Các bạn biết không, ở trong cái video mà mình thu thập được á, thì cô gái này còn có đăng lên cái Twitter đó các bạn. Twitter bây giờ nó đã thành X rồi. Thì cô ta nói là cô ta chán nản cuộc sống này. Ngoài ra cô ta còn đăng lên cái Google Drive nữa. Nhưng mà cô ta quên một điều là khi mà các bạn đăng bài lên Google á, các bạn cần phải có cái sự cho phép hoặc là cái mật mã các bạn mới vô coi được. Thì bây giờ FBI đang cố gắng mở cái Google Drive ra để coi cô ta viết cái gì ở trong đó các bạn. Nhưng mà ở trên Twitter hay là X đó, thì những cái bài viết của cô ta là người ta thấy là cô ta đang có một cái sự tuyệt vọng với cuộc sống này. Đó, thì các bạn biết không, người ta khi người ta phân tích được á, thì người ta biết được cái cô gái này cổ bị giống như là ăn hiếp trong trường, cổ bị giống như là bạn bè chọc quê chọc kẹo trong trường, mới có 15 tuổi thôi các bạn. Thiệt là buồn quá các bạn ơi. Các bạn coi mấy video này là video gốc, mình không có chỉnh sửa gì chứ á, mình để cho các bạn tự nghe tự hiểu luôn. Tất cả video này là được truyền hình trực tiếp từ những cái đài địa phương, những cái đài local nổi tiếng tại địa phương. Họ tới họ phỏng vấn, mình để cho các bạn coi, các bạn tự hiểu. Các bạn biết không, ở Mỹ cứ xả súng ngoài bạn. Mỗi một lần mà chở con đi học là sợ lắm nha các bạn. Sợ lắm các bạn ơi.